sweep away the Atlanta Braves and win this ball game 7-2 down there at TD Ballpark. With the win, the Blue Jays are now 2 games over 500, 14-12 on the season. They've won 3 straight. They sweep away the Braves. A lot of great things going on. Ross Stripling gives you a pretty good start, but there's that one negative that is going to be in Jays fans' minds for eternity. George Springer leaves this ball game in the 6th inning. And if I hear it was about fatigue, and I saw Blue Jays center saying it was fatigue, I disagree. If you watch all of George Springer's at-bats today, he was either awkward, limping, or falling off and just didn't really look right at all. Not just because he struck out, went 0 for 3. That's not what I'm talking about. If you watch his at-bats, especially the first one where he swings and misses and then kind of like limps off, he ain't good. And as much as I am a Jays fan and I want to see him out there because they paid him a boatload of money, I want him healthy. And Jays fans, let me say something. If that means he has to hit the IL and come back mid-June, but is 100% then that's fine. Give me that. I don't want to play slap a Band-Aid on George Springer and then have it come off again and again and again. We can't have that this season. He is clearly not right. He's clearly not good enough to play because you pull him in the 6th. In my opinion, he's hitting the IL, and it's going to be for some substantial amount of time. I hate to say it, but from what I saw out there today, he ain't good enough. He's not healthy enough to go. I love George. I love what he did yesterday. Why he was even playing today was beyond me. He played extra innings in a night game yesterday, and then he plays in an afternoon game today. He just came back from an injury. Why are you pushing him? It didn't make sense to me why he was in the lineup today, but that really defeats the purpose because he should be out there every day. If healthy, he's clearly not. That's all the George Springer talk I'm going to give in this video. I wanted to touch on it briefly early because the Jays just swept the Braves. Let's talk about it. Top of the 2nd inning, didn't look the greatest. Contreras hits a single. Ozzie Albies comes across the score. And it's a 1-0 Braves lead in the top half of the 2nd. And that's kind of a recipe for not very many good things happening for the Blue Jays today. The reason I say that, you have Ross Stripling on the mound, who's been subpar at best all year long when he's out there. And Ian Anderson has been unreal for the Atlanta Braves. Over the course of the year, he's been great. And in interleague? No. Man, I totally bummed out what that word was. Where the National plays the American League. You guys can let me know. Total brain fart. Either way, he's dominated every American League team. I think his ERA of like 1.6 something. Like just 3-0 with like that. Dominance. And so it's not looking good. You're going down 1-0 early. However, in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, with 2 out, and a guy at second base, Danny Jansen, of all people, breaks out of that 0 for 35 slump, and it's a base hit up the middle. In comes Randal Grichuk, and the Blue Jays have tied the game at 1. Beautiful. Now, let's go to the next inning. And the Blue Jays were not done. It wasn't just some one-and-done thing against Ian Anderson. No. Vladdy and Bo get on base. All right, Vladdy with a walk, Bo with a single that probably should have been a double if he was actually running it out. He's going to get razzed about that. Either way, now comes Marcus Semien, who's been a revelation in the number 6 hole. And he rips a double. Vladdy and Bo come across the score. The Blue Jays now lead it 3-1. They lead it 3-1. Great stuff there. And the Jays weren't done yet. Bottom of the 4th inning. With who on base? Danny Jansen again, because the guy's 2 for 2 to this point. And then Bo Bichette comes up and he drills a double. In comes Danny Jansen. And the Blue Jays extend their lead. It's now a 4-1. They've scored in 3 consecutive innings against Ian Anderson. Wow. The Blue Jays seem to wake up and get up ready to go. when they're facing aces or just damn good pitchers. Because they beat up Scherzer. They beat Garrett Cole. They wouldn't beat him up, but they beat him. They've beaten Ian Anderson. I mean, it's pretty incredible what this team's been doing against these aces of the pitching staff. Now, top of the 5th inning, a disaster waiting to happen. I think they have the bases loaded and nobody out. It looks like it could be a blowout inning for the Braves and really get them back in the game, or heck, even take the lead. Well, Ronald Acuna hits a sacrifice fly. But that's all they get. Ross Stripling leaves the game after 4 1/3. In comes Ryan Borucki. Was it Ryan Borucki who came in next? Yeah, it was Ryan Borucki. And gets the next 2 guys, does not allow another run to cross, and they hold it to a 4-2 game. That is arguably the turning point in this baseball game, was that. The bases loaded, no out situation, and the fact that all they got was an Acuna sacrifice fly to make it 4-2, and that was it. Big time dubs for Ryan Borucki. I mentioned it in the last time he was out there. I think it was a couple days ago. He's a high leverage guy. He's an energy guy. He needs to be there in big situations. You put him out there in the garbage inning, he ain't going to pitch very well, and he didn't in that one time he was out there. So I look at today's game, high leverage. Oh, you're damn right it is. 2 on, 1 out in a huge situation. You're facing, I think it was Freddie Freeman and the number 3 guy in the order. And he gets both guys. I think he struck out, it was Ozuna and Freeman, and he struck out both guys. Huge for Ryan Borucki. Now, the bullpen was just straight up dominant the rest of the way. But the Blue Jays offense wasn't done yet. Bottom half of the 8th inning. They're feeling good. They got a 4-2 lead, but they wanted to expand. And Marcus Semien comes up. It's like, hold up, I already have a 2-run double today. Let me add to that. Crushes a 2-run shot to left field. In comes Randall Grichuk, and the Blue Jays extended. It's now a 6-2 lead. But they weren't done. Gurriel gets on, and Joe Panik rips an RBI double. Panik came in for George Springer. I think he came in for George Springer in this game, and he rips an RBI double, making it a 7-2 Jays lead. But of course, Payamps, whatever the heck his name is, has millions of trouble in that 9th inning. Gets the bases loaded, hits a guy, just a complete disaster. But Dolis comes out there with the bases loaded, no problem. Faces Ronald Acuna, strikes him out, ends the ball game. Blue Jays, wait for it, I gotta get it again, hold up. Oh, hit the ceiling. The Blue Jays sweep away the Atlanta Braves. And what a ball game it was, Jays fans. The Jays have now won 3 straight. They're 2 games over 500 for the first time this season. And they're just playing much better baseball as of late. Now, obviously, everybody in Jays land's mind is with George Springer right now. There's no doubt. And mine is too. I'm just trying to talk about this win to kind of hide the fact that our leadoff guy, our great George Springer, could go back and probably going back on the IL. That's not what we want to see, but it might be what we have to see to get him back to where he wants to be, right? And ideally, I hate when they bring players back early and they re-aggravate things. You saw it with what year was that? 2017. With Stroman, I think it was. He had an injury in spring training. I said it in my video if you want to go back all the way back. And I said, don't bring this guy back early. You want him good for the season. You don't want to keep battling injury after injury after injury the entire season. And that's exactly what he did. He battled injury after injury after injury. And it was awful. I do not want that to happen to George Springer this season. We have now seen that this Blue Jays offense and this team overall is good enough to hold their own, at least for the time being. So, what's the hurt in doing that? What's the hurt for at least putting him on the 10-day IL for 10 days? It's a week's game, 7 game, whatever the case. You play 162. What's the saying? You don't play for April and May. You play for October and September, and possibly November. So for George Springer, I love what he did yesterday. It was magical. But if he ain't healthy, I don't want him out there. Whether it's a DH, whether it's in center field, I don't. Because he needs to be healthy. Now, let's quickly run through the stats real quick. We're already at 10 minutes of the video. Bo Bichette went 2 for 5 in the game, had an RBI and a run scored. He's been swinging the bat a lot better as of late. But the defense is still for Bo Bichette, but he's a young shortstop. He's going to find a way to figure things out at some point. Jays fans, remember Marcus Semien was an absolutely horrendous defender when he came up with the Oakland Athletics. It takes time for defenders to figure it out. Bo Bichette, I have all the faith in the world in the kid. He'll be fine. Randall Grichuk went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored after the walk-off yesterday. Gets 2 more hits today, so a great job for Randall Grichuk. Marcus Semien, the MVP in today's game, no doubt, went 2 for 4, had 4 RBIs, a run scored, and the dinger. And Danny Jansen, not only did he go 2 for 3, had an RBI and a run scored, he also walked once. He got on base 3 of the 4 times. I think Jansen only had 2 hits going into this game, the entire season. He had 2 today and got on base 3 times. Is this a sign of things to come? Maybe a little of a breakout for Jansen? Because with Alejandro Kirk not being healthy right now, you're going to need it. They called up Riley Adams, which is great, but we'd love to have Kirk in there. So for Danny Jansen, look, it's your spot to lose right now. It's his spot to lose. There's no Kirk there battling with you. Yeah, Riley Adams is there, but he's never played a game in the big leagues. So for Jansen, it's his spot to lose. And now we wait and see what he does with it. Great start to it today. Ross Stripling, look, went longer than I thought he was, and overall was pretty good. 4 1/3, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, struck out 4 and walked 1. Other than that shaky start to that 5th inning, I thought he was stellar. He looked real good. A lot of off-balance Atlanta Braves hitters. He was awesome. Ryan Borucki, who picks up the win today, and a well-deserved W for Ryan Borucki. Went an inning and 2/3. No hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts for Borucki. He was awesome. Once again, high leverage. You put him in a tight ball game, he'll make it happen. Attaboy Borucki. And Tyler Chatwood, Mr. Automatic, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. All in a day's work there for Tyler Chatwood. David Phelps, Mr. Automatic 2.0. 1 inning, 1 hit, struck out the side. So a good job for David Phelps. And Payamps, not so automatic. 2/3 an inning, allowed 2 hits, struck out a batter, but he hit a guy as well. And then Rafael Dolis, who picked up the save in this game. Well, James, they're up by 5. Yes, but he inherited a bases-loaded situation, so that technically counts as a save. Went a third of an inning, got the strikeout of Ronald Acuna Jr. to end the ball game and to end the series, and once again, to sweep away the Atlanta Braves. Beautiful job there by the bullpen, kind of closing this game out. Right after that abomination of a 5th inning where they found a way to get out of it with just a sac fly, they shut the door after that. They were awesome. All right. Another thing I wanted to bring up today is the depth of the Blue Jays hitting. We talk about Springer, you talk about Vladdy, you talk about Bo, but the Jays 5 through 9 guys. So that is what? Grichuk, Gurriel, Jansen, Semien, and there's one more that I'm missing. It wasn't Panic. Biggio? I can't remember. Either way, those guys combined for 7 of the 11 hits today. We talked about it was it yesterday? I think it was the day before. Game 1 of the series. The bottom of the lineup did a job. And you saw it again today. Jansen with a couple hits. Grich with a couple hits. Gurriel had a ringing double. You know, they've been doing a really good job. And Marcus Semien, guys, crazy stat. By the way, shout out to Bree, who is on the Blue Jays Center Instagram page with all of us doing our post-game live streams. She mentioned, and she posted in our group chat, Marcus Semien's batting average as a leadoff hitter, sub 200. It's like 170-something. As in the number 6 hole, where he's been as of late, he's hitting above 300. He's in a run-producing role where he is so used to being. And he's succeeding. So great job for Marcus Semien. Now, Blue Jay fans, the Jays open up a 4-game set against the Oakland Athletics. Late games. Here we go. Like we didn't get enough late games with the Raptors right now. Here's some Blue Jays late games. 9:40 first pitch in Oakland tomorrow night. Going to be a tough one since the Jays play this afternoon. But either way, you got to go out there against a team in Oakland who's been playing, well, they've been struggling lately, but they went on a crazy 13-game win streak. It's going to be a tough one. No clue who the pitching matchups are for tomorrow, but either way, it's game 1, and I'll be going live on the Blue Jays Instagram page on the Instagram Live post-game tomorrow night against Oakland. So go check that out, guys, when I'm live post-game tomorrow. All right, Jays fans, one last time, we'll sweep away the Atlanta Braves out of the series and call it a night. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game there this afternoon, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like? That's getting annoying. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's game today? Who's your MVP in today's game? Mine is Marcus Semien. A couple big knocks for him. All right. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And also check out the Blue Jays Center Instagram page, as always. All right, and I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition, later on tonight, 10 p.m. again, as they're in LA taking on the Lakers. We'll see what happens tonight. Can they play a half decent fourth quarter? Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. No Fred VanVleet tonight. Anyways, for the Leafs, the playoff Leafs, the clinched playoff team Leafs, they take on the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow at the Bell Center, 7 p.m. puck drop there. The Buds looking to continue on this crazy roll that they've been on lately and looking to continue to build and get better and better heading into the playoffs. Only 5 games remain for the Toronto Maple Leafs, one at a time, but they take on the Habs tomorrow, 7 p.m. in Montreal. And as for the Blue Jays, as I mentioned, their next contest is tomorrow night, 9:40 p.m. First pitch in Oakland, California. No clue who their starting pitchers are. Either way, the Jays look to win their 4th consecutive win and look to head on the road and start the road trip on a good note. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.